Good morning, everyone. How is everybody's Friday going today? It's finally the weekend. That means a little bit of R&R and a little bit more reading. But today I'm going to bring you my book review of Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I finally finished this last night after many months on my bedside. I had this on my bedside since February, and I just never got a chance to get to it as often as I should have been because I've been reading other books like, man, I knocked out The Institute. I knocked out Christine, The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon, Call of the Wild, and a few other audiobooks, but I just figured that May was the month to finally knock this one out, and I'm going to give you all a brief review and a synopsis on this. So let's get started, shall we? Okay, so Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo is about a woman who starts her tuition at Yale, and she becomes part of a secret society called Book and Snake, and there's like a magic system to it. She can, in a way, pierce the veil. Not the 2000s emo screamo band, but actually that could have been awesome if she could have had some music elements to herself and her magic. But anyway, she can communicate with the dead, and she finds out that a fellow classmate of hers was murdered brutally, and throughout this whole novel she has to find out who did it. And there are no spoilers in this video, but some of her magic elements that she can possess is to communicate with what are called grays, which are ghosts in a way. And one of the companions is called the bridegroom. He helps her out throughout this whole book, and she's just trying to avoid all supernatural persons, like especially the Glooma, which what I kind of sound like hellhounds or demons. And yeah, this is a very weird book, and it's my first stab at Leigh Bardugo. I know she's written quite a few other books that I am considering looking into, but she wrote like Six of Crows, and I can't really think of other books at the top of my head, but you can like look on her website to see all the other books that she's written. But I found this on Book of the Month. See that? And yeah, the premise sounded pretty interesting to me, but this book was kind of like a big letdown for me. I mean, it's almost a 500-page book, and I thought it would be something kind of like Harry Potter, but it dealt with like necromancy and the dark arts, and yeah, it was just okay to me. So I don't want to give any spoilers away, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people who love Leigh Bardugo will probably love this book or hate it. It's pretty divisive, and it's a starter to a new series called the Alex Stern series. And this new book, or the sequel to this book, should come out next year, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know the title to it yet, but I have a hard time starting series because sometimes the first book is not really all that spectacular, but then it starts getting better and it picks up. But I'm going to give a final grade to Ninth House. I'm roughly going to say this is a 3.5 out of 5. It's not bad. It's got some decent elements, but it's a really hard book to get into, and it's kind of slow at some parts. But if you like fantasy and magical realism, I would definitely look into this book. And that cover is awesome too, with the snake. I just wanted to point that out. But yeah, to me this is not a spectacular book, it's just okay. So yeah, I'm just going to give it a 3.5 out of 5, and that's all I have to say about Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. And I'm going to pull out my next read that I want to knock out in June. If you've seen my summer TBR video, you might remember what it'll be, but I'll get it anyway. Next book I definitely want to get to, and I really hope to binge read the hell out of this. Final Girl is by Riley Sager. So, yeah, this one sounds really, really good. It kind of sounds like an 80s slasher flick, so hoping to start this in the next couple days. And that's all I got for this video. So, updates for future videos. I won't have time to film my top 10 best of the year, well, from 2019 and honorable mentions, so I will film that as soon as Monday. And starting Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm going to do a special Stephen King movie adaptation week. And on Monday, I will do my top 10 favorite Stephen King adaptations. Wednesday, I'll do a very special video on The Shining versus Dr. Sleep and which one is better. So look out for that one. I have quite a bit to say about that one. So, yeah. And then finally, Friday, to round out the week, I will film my missed movie reviews. So look out for those videos. Have a good weekend. Stay awesome. And keep reading. Until next time, I'll see you later. And pierce that veil.